Hi, I'm Kate. I work at the Seekonk Library, and I'm here to talk to you about a couple of books I've read recently. They are both by the author Amy Stewart. One is Girl Waits with Gun. The second is Lady Cop Makes Trouble. And they both center on the character of Constance Kopp. Constance is 35 years old. She lives in Paterson, New Jersey, in the year of 1914. She lives with her sister about the same age, and a younger sister, Fleur, who is a typical 16-year-old teenager. Living on their own is not the norm at this time in America, so they have a brother who lives on a farm in the next town, but they're pretty much left to their own devices. One day they are driving their horse and buggy into town, and they are rudely clipped by a young man in a car. And Constance wants reparation for the damage to their wagon. This young man is crass, a bully, arrogant, and is not willing to pay. Well, Constance isn't having any of that, so she goes on her mission to pursue this young man and to have him pay for the damage to the vehicle. It turns into a crime story because this young man has sort of a nefarious background, is involved with some bad people. Constance becomes acquainted with the local sheriff, who is trying to steer her away from doing too much on her own, but Constance, being Constance, is of course going to jump right in with both feet. I really enjoyed the story, Girl Waits with Gun. I love the characterization of both Constance, her sister, and her younger sister Fleur, and the dynamic of the three women living in a home in 1914 in America. Also the grittiness of Paterson, New Jersey, and the crime element that's going on. It's not a heavy crime story, it's actually very light. And the dynamic between Constance and Sheriff Heath develops. They become friends, much to the dismay of the sheriff's wife, who is not, doesn't even really want him to be sheriff. She sees their life as being something a little more glamorous or perhaps proper. So there's that sort of dichotomy that's not a love triangle, but there's some unease there. The second book is Lady Cop Makes Trouble. Constance is actually now a policewoman. She is the first policewoman on the force, and she proceeds to pursue crime and take care of her family, and I just truly enjoyed it. One of my favorite things about the book was when I read that this is all actually based on a true story. There was a real-life woman in New Jersey who this story was based on. So if you need some lighthearted crime fiction set in 1914 America, this is for you. Girl Waits with Gun and Lady Cop Makes Trouble by Amy Stewart. Thanks for listening.